Good afternoon, ladies and gents, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for clicking that button and joining me for today's video. Hope you're all well. So, ladies and gents, for today's video, we are checking out a new bit of kit that has recently been sent over to the channel for review purposes. So, if you're in the market for a lightweight, compact, feature-packed night vision device, stay tuned to this video while we check out the GNG2K from Goyojo. Now, before we carry on, ladies and gents, a quick disclaimer. Now, the first night vision device was actually sent to the channel way before Christmas. So I've had a good few months to play with this now. I've familiarised myself with all the functions and features on this device, and I feel like I'm clued up enough now to provide you with this review. Now, before we go over the actual performance of the device, I'd just like to quickly go over some of the items you do receive in the box. First of all, being the separate charger here. I've no doubt it will perform and it will be functional, but we're still using the USB-C micro there, which is a bit, well, very outdated now. And the charger does feel, unfortunately, very cheap plasticky, so we'll see how we get on with that. I have been charging the batteries in the device via the USB-C under the rubber flap here with no issues. Second of all, we do receive a couple of brackets in the box. Now, although these do look well engineered, they look very solid, nice aluminium. I feel like with these being in the box, they are trying to push you into their ecosystem. Because for me, just having that device, it's small enough to be pocketed, and I would, it'd be no question, I'd pick this up, put it in my pocket and take it out on my walks. With this is designed to be fitted to one of their helmets. Not something I go for myself. And I feel like in a lot of cases with potential buyers buying this is just going to be discarded. Now, on the plus side, with the tripod that I use for my camera, the square base of this and the fitment of my actual mount in the tripod, this does actually fit flush in the tripod, which allows me to use this device to look at the sky and things like that. So that is a bonus, but that won't be the case, pardon me, for a lot of you out there. So, yeah. Maybe for airsoft, things like that, if you're looking for this and a way to fit this to a helmet, crack on, but I think this is unnecessary, to be honest. Now, let's get on to the good stuff and have a look at the actual night vision device itself. Now, first of all, I'm going to pull out a couple of the features that appeal to me under use. First one being the IR sensor. Now, this is very, very minuscule. When I can find it, it's that small on this side. And as you can see there, we have a tiny IR lamp, which helps you maintain your cover in the dark. A lot of these do have a big blaring IR lamp on them, but this one is very small and discreet, as you can see. I'm hoping that is picking it up. Second of all, we have the folding rubber eye cup on the back. This can be rotated for your preferred eye, and functions actually in the menu allow you to rotate that image inside there 180 degrees for your dominant eye. But we have the folding eye cup there, as you can see, very comfortable on the eye, and it does help to block out a lot of light over your eyeball when you're looking into the device. At the back of that, we have a nice, large, thick, easy to rotate focusing bell there as well as one on the front, so you can get really, really nice crisp images with this in any light source. Now, the second thing that appealed to me under use was the user interface and the menus built into the device. Now, this literally took me 10-15 minutes to fully familiarise myself with the button presses corresponding to the menu inside. Now, we do have double duty for some of these buttons on the side, as you usually do with a lot of these night vision devices now, but there's only 3 buttons on the side, very prominent off the body of the device, and they have a nice tactile rubber feel and positive clicks, as you can hear there. The menu, I will say, is very, very basic inside. You don't get a lot of features or functions on the menu, but what's needed is built in there. Thirdly, speaks for itself just how small and compact this actual device is. Extremely lightweight, coming in at 286 grams, and again, this will slip in any pocket, any bag, It doesn't take up a lot of room. Again, fantastic images provided by this device. I was very, very surprised. Now, last couple of things that really did impress me with this device was, first of all, the runtime. So Goyojo, they say you should get around 3.5 to 4 hours out of this. I'd say it was more 2 hours, 40 minutes, 2.5 hours, continuous runtime with this. There was many times I did leave it on the balcony just recording the sky, and I was getting around 2.5 hours off the battery. And obviously this will run with a power bank installed into it. Second of all was the digital zoom. Now, if you guys watch this channel, anything with digital zoom, you'll know what I say. After 2 times, throw it in the bin. It's absolutely pointless. On this device, the digital zoom, we have 4 times digital zoom. It really did surprise me. Everything was still clearly visible, and I could still pick out details in the distance at 4 times digital zoom. That could come down to the 1080p OLED screen again, and this does record footage in just short of 2K. But yeah, I was really impressed with the 4 times digital zoom, being able to pick out clear detail at distance. So very nice. So wrapping up this section with the last few specs on the Goyojo GNG2K night vision device. We do have a 45-degree field of view there, so when you're looking through there, it does give you a generous area to view your surroundings. You don't feel cramped in, and again, it's very, very nice. I'm not seeing anything at the minute. I'm just looking through it for the camera, looking like a right pleb. We have fully coated optics, front and rear on the device, so again, when you're looking through this, watching your chosen subject, maybe perving on your next door neighbour, the image is extremely clear, especially when using the front and rear focusing wheels. The GNG2K also features a 2K 60Hz CMOS sensor, which is nice. We have nice 60Hz refresh rates in there, so moving with the actual device, there's no lag in there. A lot of these night visions do come out the gate with 30 Hz, 30 FPS, and it can strain your eyeball. And when you're moving with the camera, you can experience lag. Not so with this. Now, moving on to a couple of things I don't like about this device. First of all, being the onboard audio. This does record audio, but don't expect studio quality audio. It's not even something I'd use in a video, if I'm honest with you. It does also record button presses on the side of the device, so, you know, keep that in mind. But yeah, audio is mono, and it's very, very tinny and nasally. Probably how I sound at the minute because I'm full of cold. Again, but it does record audio, not fantastic audio. Second thing that happened to me on a couple of occasions, and this is a bit of comedy for you, in the films where the guy pulls out the gun and he's ready to shoot and the clip falls out the bottom. That happened to me on 2 occasions. Problem being, because I am right eye dominant, I add this to my eye, and the clip for the battery compartment is just here. And on a couple of occasions, I put it to my eye, the battery compartment opened, and the battery fell out. Only on 2 occasions until I familiarised myself and remembered where that clip was, but that can be easily done, so just be careful with that. Concerns with the actual battery used. Now, battery compartment is here, battery is here. I'm not even sure what this is. It's an 18500, 2000 milliamp, 3.7. The problem with this is we have a plus and minus on the battery, and this has been pointed out by other reviewers as well, but we do not have a plus and minus that I can see on the actual device. And a lot of people are getting mistaken when putting these batteries in. As you can see, they look very, very similar, but on the case of this one, you can see both ends are flat. We do have gaps on the top of this one. That one should always face out of the device. So the flat end with no holes goes into the device, like so, and that's how it is actually shipped to you. Now, I watched a review the other day, and the gent put this in the wrong way, charged it, killed his battery, and could have killed the device. It could have caused, I'm not sure, an explosion or something like that, because these batteries are quite volatile. But just be mindful of that if you do pick one of these up. The gaps in the battery face outwards. Now, my last little gripe regarding this device. The GNG2K does support 4 colour modes for night vision and 3 steps of IR. Now, when I use this with a full colour mode in daytime, I found the colours to be skewed. I did contact Goyojo customer services, and they informed me that was normal to see the two colours I was seeing. So if you're hoping to pick this up to use as a digital monocular for bird watching, nature watching, things like that, I am sorry to disappoint you, but the colours that you see through this in the daytime will be pink and teal. I will say during nighttime use, the colours are more correctly represented to what you see with your eye, but in the daytime, you only get the two colours. In the kit, when you receive it, Goyojo do provide a free micro SD card with a 16 gig capacity, meaning you can be up and running out the box within a few minutes, just as I was. Right, ladies and gents, that's enough waffling from me. I've taken up far too much of your time already, so let's go to some of the footage I've captured with the Goyojo GNG2K night vision device. I will see you back here soon. Right, ladies and gents, so this clip of audio will be the only audio sample on this video provided by this device. So just to give you a quick sample of what the audio sounds like on board. This is using the normal or full colour mode setting, low light performance. As you can see there, the grass is kind of blue. Red cars do show up as pink, so the colours are slightly off. There's Manchester city centre in the distance. Right, so all audio from now will be voiceover. Thank you very much for your time. Now let's get back to some nice crispy audio. So I did leave the audible button presses there for you guys to listen to, just so you can hear what it sounds like when you are zooming in and out and recording footage as well. But these next few sections just demonstrate the device's ability to perform in low light situations and also the digital 4x digital zoom. So as you can see there, everything is very, very clear. It really does collect that light well, the available light. Here we have the green setting. I think this is a simulated green phosphor setting. Not something I gravitate to, and it's not a setting I've used quite often. Next up, we have the simulated white phosphor setting, and you may notice the screen flickering there. That isn't actually a problem with the night vision device, it is the lights below operating on a different frequency. Using the 4x digital zoom, you can see just how clear you can pull that image together using the focus wheels. Still plenty of detail there, and I am extremely satisfied with the quality of these night shots. Moving on to the black and white mode now. This one's interesting because I did actually flick over to IR mode in this section of video. The picture didn't change, and my guess is this night vision does feature a auto AI mode, meaning it will preset that IR lamp to give you the best possible picture in the given light source, which I found interesting. But as you can see, there's still plenty of detail there at 4x zoom. You can see the bricks, the actual pattern in the brickwork there, and text is visible very, very legibly on the side of vehicles there. You can see the guy walking down, camera flashing for some reason. Hope he's not seeing me. And this final section here is just again switching between the colour modes. So we have the colour, the green, the white phosphor, and then back to the colour, black and white, sorry, back to the colour. And then we'll zoom in on the top of there, just show you the clarity of that 4x digital zoom, which again I am extremely surprised about. That is one of the best I've seen. So here we have some night shots now. I'm guessing a lot of people buying this will be gazing up into the night sky, and I will say this performs absolutely brilliantly. There you can see Orion's belts. I'm pretty sure that's Orion's belt. Correct me if I'm wrong. But this is full colour mode, and as you can see there, just on the centre of the screen, we do have red, not a red, whatever that is. White phosphor is possibly my best mode for night watching, no sky watching. As you can see, it makes some stars really pop, but it is a pleasure to use looking at the night sky. This is now as low light as I could possibly get in my apartment. The only lights visible in the shot were the diffuser down on the wall and the smoke alarm at the top, as you can see there. I could not see anything myself with my naked eye, so it was pretty much pitch dark. And even with that tiny amount of light available to us, the device still managed to give us a visible picture, which is quite impressive. Again, this is operating purely on low light processing now. There's no IR. We're flicking through the colour modes here, so we had full colour then, this is green, again not one I use often myself, and then we go on to the white phosphor. Very, very impressive performance given the, again, scant amount of light, and this is now the IR mode. Now again in this one I did flick through the 3 settings of IR, but because the device was set to auto, it was presetting that itself and giving us the best possible image. So all we have to worry about there is focusing. Now I will say leaving this on auto IR will put an extra drain on your battery, so just keep that in mind. As you can see there with that IR, I'm not sure which one this is using. You can see me flicking through here, the picture doesn't really change. Again, the device is picking the optimal setting for us. We're going to the bathroom now. Random, I know, but the darkest room in here. So we'll have a walk into the bathroom. You can see I could not see a single thing with my naked eyes here. This is all looking through the device, but again, everything extremely clear, fantastic quality. There's me. Hello, hi guys. There's all my shower and bathing products there, and then we get a final focus on some bathroom art, just again showing you how clear this footage is. And that is it, ladies and gents. Again, very, very impressive performance from this small pocketable night vision device. Just bringing that into focus with the focus wheel, very easily done. 3, 2, 1, and you're back in the room. Ladies and gents, the GNG2K night vision from Goyojo. I must say straight off the bat, this little tiny night vision device really surprised me in the performance department. The 2K 60Hz ultra low light looked CMOS sensor does a fantastic job of pulling that available light in and transforming that into a very clear visible image on screen. Now over the last couple of years I have had the great pleasure of testing a couple of these night vision units now, and I will say of the ones I've tested, the Goyojo certainly comes out on top from a performance perspective, especially when we start looking at features such as the ultra stealthy 940 nm IR lamp there. Also has a detectable range of up to 300 meters, and as you can see, that is barely visible, again helping you maintain your cover in the darkness. Now, as the GNG2K comes to you as a package, is quite nice, although there are a few bits in there I would choose to discard just to minimise the fluff inside the box. First off being the external battery charger. Again, we can charge the battery inside the device using USB-C, and that has proved to be quite efficient and quick for my needs. Second one being the bracket. Again, for a lot of people buying this, they're going to be buying it just for the device. Again, this can be slipped in a pocket and taken on your travels whenever you choose. If you're into airsoft or night hunting, things like that, the bracket may benefit you, but pardon me again, that can be purchased separately instead of putting it in a box and in most cases just being discarded. Last thing I would choose to discard, although it is only a trivial thing, is a little carry sack, the travel sack. It's a nice silky little purse, but it does look like a purse, and it looks like something you carry perfume and makeup around in, but it will offer protection to the device unless you find your own means of carrying. Now, the price. This package can be bought in various guises, the cheapest one being just this, and the box, as you see, comes in at around £350 UK. Although Goyojo has provided me with some discount codes, I think I'll have to check back in the emails, and if they have, I will leave them down in the description box. Now, I can already hear some of you scoffing in the comments. £350? Yes, I totally agree. £350 is a lot of money to spend, especially in today's economy. But this is a lot of fun. It's a lot of night vision, and it is a no-nonsense bit of kit. This is the real deal. It's well built, feels very, very rugged, and you get some of these, you hold them in the hand, and they're as light as a feather. There's nothing inside them. This, you can tell, it's been made to do the job, and it does it well. I know this is going to be expensive, but if you can afford this and it's in your budget, and this offers you the functions you're looking for, I can highly recommend this, and I've had some fantastic fun using this on many occasions. Now, obviously, if this isn't in your budget and you're looking at cheaper options, they are out there, but you're probably not going to get the features and functions that this one offers. Right, ladies and gents, so that wraps up this review video. But just before you go, please do me a favour and write down in the comments what you thought of this video's audio. Now, I mentioned in the last video, I picked up some new mics. These are the Hollyland Larks. I'm pretty impressed with them. I think they sound all right, but let me know what you thought down in the comments. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. Until then, you stay safe, and as always, stay crafty. See you again. Bye-bye.